Hello everyone, I'm David Guerrero and welcome back to another video here on Many Ways Films. It's been 11 months since I've had the Nikon C6 II. That's not a year, I know, but it's close. I have really used this camera. I carry it with me in a regular basis. In the days that I'm not using it, I'm color grading the shots that I got with it during the week, so I'm always doing more and more with the Nikon C6 II. I have it updated to the latest firmware update, and I always update the firmware the day that it comes. I'm not a very technical person. You can say that I am a little bit, but not a lot. I don't make a lot of comparisons, but I can tell you that the Nikon C6 II has given me what I expected from the camera. I knew what it was gonna be able to do, and it has performed great. I think it's a very solid camera. It's not the perfect camera, and I know it's kind of dumb that I say that. You even know what I'm about to say, and I'm not even gonna say it. It's true, but the Nikon C6 II, it's the perfect camera for me. And why is that? To start, I want to talk a little bit about the photography side. This camera takes 24 megapixel pictures when you have it on the large size, and then you can pick from small, medium to large, so you don't always have to shoot in the biggest megapixel size, and you're still getting the same amount of data when it comes to dynamic range. You have a lot of flexibility when it comes to highlights and when it comes to shadows. You can underexpose stills on this camera by a lot. Like, it's insane. You shouldn't, but this camera is great for those times when you have messed up a little bit on your exposure. I think the raw files and even the JPEGs on this camera, they're crazy good. You can get really nice images just from the color profiles that are integrated in the camera. My favorite will be the standard one. If I'm gonna do JPEGs, I'm not gonna edit anything. That's what I will be using, but most of the time, if not always, I just shoot in raw. I rarely shoot JPEG. The colors of Nikon, I think pretty much everyone, including Canon or Sony fans, can agree that Nikon has the best colors of any mirrorless camera or DSLR, either for video or photography. And talking a little bit more about video, even though this camera shoots 8-bit internally, the image quality is great. 4K, it's incredible. You don't have almost any noise, up to, I would say, even up to like 3200 ISO. 6400 ISO is when you start to see that noise in the camera, which is not bad. I have done video at more than 6400 ISO, and when you put it on YouTube, it looks great. Like, you guys have seen videos that I've shot, and you wouldn't believe that that was at 6400 ISO or higher. The colors are great. Again, it's not perfect. Let me tell you something. I just got the Ninja 5, which I love, and I will be talking about that in a future video, and not just one. I love this thing. I freaking love this thing, and I'm gonna be talking about it like I've talked about the same thing many times, just because sometimes I learn new things about the same thing. I've talked about the Nikon C6 and Nikon C6 II and other cameras, and not just one time in one video, because I don't think that you can cover everything in a 5, 6, 7 minute video unless you talk for a good hour, and it wouldn't be so entertaining. Going back to the camera, it has a great shape. The camera, it's not that heavy compared to a D850 or even a D750. I think it's right up there with the D7500 weight. This won't be a heavy camera or annoying camera to be carrying around. It's not a huge camera. People are not like staring at you. It's not a D850, it's not a D5, it's not that type of camera. And again, I just love the shape of the camera. It pretty much reminds me of the SLR cameras, And I think that's what they tried to do from the very beginning, moving to mirrorless. The video files are recorded in H.264. If you don't know what that is, it's just the amount of compression that the video gets. I'm not a professional in this subject, but the camera doesn't shoot in ProRes or RAW or something like that. I'm only mentioning this because some computers might not be able to handle the video files from the Nikon C6 II. I'm sure that with a desktop that it's over $400-500, it will be fine, but probably anything less than that, your computer might struggle a little bit. Just something to know. I live in Utah and it gets really cold during the winter. I'm gonna confess something about this camera. I don't know if this is normal or not. I took my camera outside and it was really cold, it was snowy. Turned it on. I felt like the sensor or something was not hot enough for the camera to be performing, and even that I was able to take pictures and video, the monitor felt like it had a strange kind of delay. I don't know if that's normal. It happened to me twice. There's just something that the first time I didn't pay too much attention, but the second time it was very obvious that the camera was cold. When I started using it, it let me do it. Even the video files came with that kind of glitch, weird delay that I was looking at the moment from the camera. Other than that, I've had this camera in the rain, in the snow, when it's been cold, when it's hot, and I haven't had any problem with like the microphone or the camera getting damaged or anything like that. I don't take extra precautions because I really trust Nikon cameras. I've had many Nikon cameras, and since the D7500, that's a camera that is like very well weather sealed. The D850, C6 and 7 Nikon C6 II. Also with battery life, the area where you can test the camera battery the best is when you are doing video constantly. This last Friday, I had a wedding. I got there at 4. I was recording from 4 to 8, so it was 4 hours. The first battery didn't die until 7. While I wasn't recording the whole time, all the time for 3 constant hours, the camera was never turned off. But I did get many shots for photography and many clips for video, and it lasted a good 3 hours. I usually carry the battery that it goes inside the camera and 3 other more batteries. If I had to use this camera since the morning till the night, 4 batteries, 5 batteries will be enough, especially if you're careful, if you're turning on and off the camera. And a lot of people have complained that it's not fast enough when it turns on. It's 1 second. It's only 1 second. Not 1.5, not 2 seconds. It's 1 second. Yes, many things can happen in 1 second. You can lose a picture in 1 second. But other than that, it's quick. Sometimes I would dare to say that it's not even a full second that the camera takes to turn on. It's not a DSLR, but still, it's only 1 second. So I don't have any complaints with that. I'm gonna be very honest. I would give it 4.5 stars. For the price of the camera, I feel like the autofocus should be as good as the C9. I know that it's not possible because of the processor that this camera has, or the processors. I don't really have complaints with the autofocus. It works for me 95% of the time. It's a little bit annoying. It's not a big complaint. It's not the end of the world. Knowing that the C9 has this great crazy autofocus, now I feel like the C6 II could have had that. I know that maybe wasn't ready. I'm not saying that the autofocus on the C6 II is bad. It's a little bit exaggerated to say that it sucks or that it's bad, but it's not the C9. It's not as good as the C9. The C9, I'm gonna say that it's the best. I haven't tried it, but I'm gonna trust that it's the best. If this is the the big news that the C9 has a crazy autofocus, then we can't say that the C6 II is the greatest, because we know what the greatest is. The camera is excellent. I think this is the all-around camera. Video, picture, being able to combine with the Atomos Ninja 5. You have so much flexibility with this camera for my type of video, for the videos I do and all of this. I'm very happy with what they do. That's it for the video of today. Let me know if you have any questions about this camera. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate a lot. Close to 600 people have subscribed to this channel. That's just incredible to me. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.